Hello everyone, welcome to the very first lesson in Excel school. Before getting started, I would like to make a small announcement. I have recorded some of the videos using an earlier brand name. Initially I thought I would call Excel school as spreadsheets. So I have recorded some of the videos with that word instead of saying Excel school. So if you hear spreadsheets, don't get scared. It's just all part of the program. And since I have recorded these videos sometime early in the December or November last week, I didn't want to edit them and remove that audio and add a new narration. So just go ahead and enjoy the lessons, and whenever you hear the word spreadsheets, just keep saying to your mind that it's all part of the same package. Okay, go ahead and enjoy the lessons. And as usual, if you have any questions or you would like to discuss more on the topic, please use the comments and share your ideas. And I will constantly monitor the comments area, and every day or every few hours I will try to respond back to you. All the best. Hi, welcome to the first episode of Excel spreadsheets. In this episode we will learn how to use relative versus absolute cell references. A cell reference is your way of telling use this cell in this formula. So when you are writing a formula, for example, you are writing sum A1, A2, A3, you are telling Excel that use the cell references A1, A2, A3 and get the values from these cells and then apply them in the sum formula to give me the total of these three cells. Now, do you know that you can use these cell references in such a way that when you copy the formula from one cell to another, Excel automatically adjusts the cell references, or you can tell Excel adjust only certain portions but not other portions. Let me give you two simple examples using which you can understand the power of these cell references. Let us calculate the square of the numbers on this column here. To calculate the square, we are writing a simple formula. Take the value in B4 and multiply it, the value with itself, to get the square. And now just copy the formulas. And as you can see, this is 100, this is 400, this is 900. And Excel has adjusted the value B6 into B6 multiplied by B6 here, even though the initial formula that we wrote is B4 multiplied by B4. Because when I copy the formula from here to here, Excel has realized that this formula has now been copied 2 cells further down, so the reference should also be moved 2 cells further down. This is pretty intelligent, but it may not always be useful also. For example, in a scenario where you have to calculate a fixed percentage of values here, this could be very useful when you are, let's say, designing a table with markups and things like that. So now what we have done is take the value in E4 and multiply it by this fixed percentage in F3. But what happens when you move it down here is when the value is here, this particular value is identified properly to E7, but this one is applied here to F6 instead of being applied to F3. This is not correct because Excel thinks even this has to move with the formula. In such scenarios, you can use the symbol $ like this to tell Excel that no matter where I move or copy this formula, just keep this reference to F3 only, don't mess around with it. And then simply do this. When you fill the formula down, you see that even here the reference remained there. Now, using the $ symbol is your way of telling Excel that in this particular cell reference, keep the cell reference absolutely where it is. Don't make it relative. That means even if you move the cell, don't change the values. This is a very powerful use of cell references, and it can help you a lot when you are designing tables or making conditional formats or giving data for charts and things like that. Another simple trick that you can learn is you need not always go to the cell and type the $. You can select the cell like this or put the cursor anywhere inside the cell and press the F4 key. When you press the F4 key once, Excel inserts $ before E and before 4. When you press F4 once more, Excel removes $1 from E. Now it is making the particular row as static. The column is remaining dynamic. So when you move the formula across the spreadsheet, the E becomes F, F becomes G, so on and so forth. When you press F4 again, this time the dollar is moved from here to here. Now this makes sure that when you move the value across the spreadsheet, E will remain E all the time. But when you move the formula down, 4 becomes 5, 5 becomes 6, so on and so forth. When you press the F4 key once again, all the dollars are gone. So you can use the F4 key to cycle through various combinations of cell references and then select the one that is applicable for you. I will see you again in the next episode of Spreadsheets. Thank you.